Bryant to the rim. Whoa.
It's about what, doing it big or going home. I'm focused on my plan, in my mind in the zone. I wanna be one of the greatest that ever made it, one of the best that did it, coming with it. Understand this is all I think about, all I ever wanna do, all I ever work for. So ain't no giving up, and up to the limit, just to win it is a must.
Now you see what it takes to be on top, don't stop. Now you see what it takes to be on top, don't stop.
Bryant for the win. He is a remarkable talent. I mean, he got into one of those zones, and I've said it many times. It's all right for regular players to get in a zone, but when you're the best player and you get in a zone, that shouldn't be fair. And it wasn't fair.
Access, watch the progress, can't be done, man, I'm the champion.
What up, everybody? We here for the post-game show, Worldwide Laker Talk post-game show. It was a good game. I just wanted to get on real quick, see how y'all felt about the Lakers so far this season, see how y'all feeling about how they playing. To me, I feel like they're kind of like a Jekyll and Hyde. We're getting like a Jekyll and Hyde style of play from them. Like some nights they look great, some nights they look very mediocre, and a lot of nights I feel like they play to their competition. You know, for example, tonight they were up like 23 in the first quarter. Up 23 in the first quarter, and then let them come back like in the third. And look, I didn't expect them to be up the whole time. I didn't expect them to be up 20 points the whole game. We know there's swings, ebbs and flows, momentum swings. AD had a great game though. AD played amazing tonight. I just wanted to hop on real quick and talk to some of my Laker fans, get some of y'all thoughts, see how y'all felt about the game, see how y'all feel about where are we going this season. I think we're up 8 games above 500 today, if I'm not mistaken, and I think that's the most that we've been up all season, and I think more than we're up ever last season, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, was a good game. Anthony Davis had a monster game. I think Dorian Finney-Smith looks really good. Like, I feel like he's kind of starting to find his footing. He's starting to figure out his role here. And crazy enough, Vanderbilt instantly, his defense has shown me something. Instantly today, watching the game today, watching how he was playing, he affects the game in so many ways that I didn't realize we missed that much until I saw him in the game. He makes everybody else tighten up. He was making Bridges was getting so frustrated because he was on him so tough. And he was playing those pass lanes as well, getting his hands in there, getting some steals, knocking some balls out of bounds. So it was really good to see him back. Tonight we had no Gabe Vincent, no Rui, no Cam Reddish. I don't think Cam Reddish really played tonight. But I'm sure that's probably because we have a back-to-back tomorrow. So they're probably saving those guys for tomorrow because they're probably going to be playing at the, we playing Philly tomorrow at 4 o'clock. So because of that, I think that's why a lot of our guys sat. But again, the offense runs so much smoother, so much better when Anthony Davis is the center of our offense, right? Like watching him tonight even, as soon as he sat down, that's when they made their runs. Every time Anthony Davis sat down, they were able to make runs and bring the score to single digits. Like they always got the single digits, they never had the lead all night. So, good thing Lakers led wire to wire. That's not easy to do. But they were giving them problems. And whenever Anthony Davis sat down, I think for me personally, I think this team still needs a big. I think we need a legit big that's a scoring threat and a defensive threat. And I think that will, having Vando back, having Dorian Finney-Smith, if we get a big, I think we can actually become a dangerous team in the West. Because like I said, we're up 8 games in the West. We've been playing good. What up, Lisa? Appreciate it. Yeah, let's go Lakers. Good game. It was a good game. I would like to see them put a legit big. Because look, Jackson Hayes, he's trying to do what he can. Even Christian Woods, I don't think he's the kind of big that we need. Like the big that, we have been saying, me, Quincy, Brandon Red have been saying for the longest, the kind of big we need. We need somebody to take that JaVale McGee type role, somebody to take that Dwight Howard role. Like you had somebody who was a lob threat. You know what I mean? You got a lob threat, and they're going to play defense, and they're going to make it tough around the rim, especially when they're in together with Anthony Davis. And then you even feel a little more confident when Anthony Davis is sitting out with a guy like Dwight Howard or JaVale McGee at center. So I don't know. I think everybody in Lakerland sees it. I know for sure my co-hosts Quincy and Brandon see it. I don't understand why Rob Lincoln don't see it. Anthony Davis has been saying for the longest, like, we were at our best when we had me, JaVale, and Dwight Howard. That's when we were at our best. And I think they fixed the issue that we had with the defenders, like with Dorian Finney-Smith, and now finally with Vanderbilt coming back. So I think we fixed that. But yeah, we need another big. I feel like if we're going to be an official threat, like if we're going to be a real threat to, a real threat in the West, we're going to need a real legit big. And it don't have to be a big name. Like, because, sometimes the Lakers, we get caught up in trying to get a big name, thinking something that got to be a big trade. No, like legit find a guy who can fit that bill. Because I know there's somebody else in the league who could fit the bill of JaVale McGee, right? And if y'all got any names, anybody I think could fit that bill to replace the JaVale McGee vibe, let me know who you think. I don't have anybody off the top of my head, but I just know that's the kind of, the body that we need going forward. But again, Dorian Finney-Smith and Vanderbilt on the helping with perimeter defense, man, looks so good. One of the things I've been watching that's been very frustrating is LeBron's defense. LeBron's going to get his stats. He's going to get his points. He's going to get his rebounds. But if you go back and look at a lot of the plus minuses in the games, LeBron has been negative. He's been in the negative on the plus minus side, but that's because of his defense. And he's been terrible with like closing out on threes. He's been terrible with like rotating to his man. And I think that's one of the things that hurts us. And look, if you're gonna have him out there, then you either have to figure out how to hide him on defense, kind of like the Warriors used to do with Steph Curry, or you're gonna have to scheme different. You're gonna have to scheme different so everybody's not rotating, so LeBron can play more man. Because almost every time we see an open three, whose man is hitting like a wide open three, and LeBron is sunk back into the paint. It's like the most frustrating thing for me to see, most frustrating thing to watch. So that's something to keep an eye on, because that's something that'll really hurt you in the playoffs, right? Like if you play on a team like the Denver Nuggets and you giving them those kind of wide open shots. And look, I know he's 40 years old. I get it. I understand. So I'm not saying like don't have him out there, but I'm saying if you are going to have him out there, you need to scheme correctly, right? Like if you are going to have him out there, you need to scheme so his man is not getting freebies all night. But otherwise, it was a good game. The Charlotte Hornets got a bunch of young bulls over there who wasn't going to quit, wasn't going to give up. Josh Green had a great game. Bridges had a great game. Williams had a great game. So they got some pieces over there to be on the lookout for. The Hornets got some pieces. That ball boy, he a problem. So, I think once they put the pieces together, they're going to be a dangerous team. Trade Bron, keep Bronny. What you going to trade Bron for? So that's the problem, right? Like, what are you going to trade Bron for, and what team is going to trade for him? Like, I really don't think you're going to get a lot of good offers for a 40-year-old vet. Like, yeah, I know the name and the name recognition and all that, but nobody, you have to damn near anybody who's going to get him got to gut your team just because of how much money he makes, right? Like you have to damn near gut the team for how much money he makes. So ain't nobody going to see a future in that. So my thing is, if you're going to keep LeBron and you're going to have AD, stop wasting a prime trying to hold on to draft picks. Go get who you need to get. You got two kind of win now players. You got to go get somebody so they could win now. And I ain't talking about just LeBron. I ain't talking about AD. I feel like they wasted AD's prime, like with this. Oh, we're not gonna trade unless it's somebody that's gonna help us in the future. And I get that, and that's why I said I don't think we even need like a super big name. We don't need a splash. Like you need somebody like a Bruce Brown, a Bruce Brown and a center. And I think this team will jump like another tier, because I feel like we kind of like one tier below the Denver Nuggets right now. Like I feel like we're like a tier below them as a team right now. But I feel like if you make very simple moves, it don't have to be a big splash, because sometimes the Lakers, we always, like when we did the Russell Westbrook trade, I'm like, I'd rather would have had the Buddy Hield Miles Turner trade, because we could have had Buddy Hield and Miles Turner, which I think would have been perfect just to make the team better. But we went for the splashy name and got Russell Westbrook, and look how that turned out. I don't think we need a big splashy name. I think we need like a Bruce Brown, a utility player, like a Grant. We need those kind of players. And sometimes I think we miss the mark trying to be too flashy, man. And I blame a lot on LeBron, because I know LeBron, he's big on trying to get names, right? He's big on trying to get names out here and all that type of jazz. But no, we don't need names all the time. Sometimes we just need those utility pieces, because we already got 2 stars. We have 2 stars. We don't even need another star. We need another utility piece, somebody to handle the ball, take a little pressure off. Exactly, Rex. He said we need an all-around team, not just the name. Yeah, like we need somebody to handle the ball, to take a little pressure off of AR-15, and then we need a big who can go alongside Anthony Davis, so Anthony Davis can go back to playing the 4, because the year we won the championships and the year we was getting close, and had like the team felt like, oh, they're gonna win almost every night. Those teams were the teams that wasn't playing small ball, because every other team in the league was playing small ball. And I mean, Denver Nuggets ain't playing small ball, and that's why they be beating on everybody. It's not a lot of teams that are playing big, but the teams that do play big, with the right team around them, they have been playing very well. So we need to go back to playing big, because that's our strength. In my opinion, our strength is playing big. Like all this trying to small ball, having LeBron at center or having AD at center and LeBron at the 4. Nah, man. Like if he gonna be out there and he gonna handle the ball, let LeBron run point. Like stop pretending he's not running the point. You know what I mean? So that's what I think. And like I said, like you said, Rex, we need an all-around team. And I think we got a really good all-around team right now, but we're not great. We have a good all-around team right now, but we're not great. If we want to be great, we're going to have to do things like get that center. So I feel like AD just plays more comfortable, because like you see they had him in with Jackson Hayes a lot tonight, and he had a 42-20 game. So he still plays big like a center, but I think it helps him maneuver around. He's not getting beat up by the center in the lane, and it actually opens up the whole everything for the team. Now, I will say Max Christie has been looking good. Like, Max Christie has kind of had an up and down season, but for the most part, his defense has been very stable, and he's been having like some tough assignments. So I think starting him back there, because when it was D'Angelo Russell and AR, they was both turnstiles. People was running through him, and I don't know what happened, because AR defense used to be a little better. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's because he's got a more focus on ball handling and offense, that he hasn't been putting the same kind of work in defensively. I don't know. But defensively, he's just not been that good this season. But putting him next to Max Christie has shored up our backcourt a lot more than it was when D'Angelo Russell was back there with him, because people was picking on D'Lo and people was picking on AR. And, if you got your shooting guard and your point guard getting cooked, you're in trouble. Because that means you got guys like Damian Lillard who going to get to go off. Guys who don't even play that well every night anymore, like CJ McCollum, is going to get to come in and go off, because it was too easy. It was too easy. So, I like Russell, but I'm glad we got the kid back there, Max Christie. I'm glad we got Max Christie back there. I'm interested to see, how the rotation continues to settle, because I still feel like we haven't really settled in on the rotation, because like Gabe Vincent, he gives you some good minutes, he does some good stuff, but sometimes I feel like we have Gabe Vincent in the game too many times. I feel like we had the Gabe Vincent in the game for too long, you know what I mean? So I don't know if you agree or disagree. Just let me know what you think about the time Gabe, because I feel like Gabe Vincent hasn't given us what we saw him do in Miami. I don't think we've got that Gabe Vincent yet on a consistent basis. Like we probably got like maybe 1 or 2 games where I was like, I saw flashes of like the reason that we signed him. But I need to see not flashes. I need to see that kind of play on a consistent basis in order for us, again, because we're going to need all those pieces. One thing I do agree with LeBron when he said we don't have a large margin for error. And we don't have a large margin for error. So you down there got to play perfect, when you have the team that we have. And I think Dalton Connect, love him, think he's a great player, think he's going to be good for us in the long run and long term. But I think he's hit his his rookie wall. Like he's been missing a bunch of shots. And LeBron hasn't been shooting the 3 well either. The last 3 games, I think he was like only made 4 3-pointers in the last 3 games. And tonight he was, I want to say 1 for 8, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. So that's something that, got to tighten up on. Like if you're going to shoot them 3s, man, you got to make sure that you're hitting them. But overall, I'm happy that we're on a 4-game winning streak. 112-107 over the Hornets, making some good road wins, which are important, right? Because I feel like Lakers kind of always play pretty good at home. Like we pretty much always do a good job of holding court at home. But to me, the teams that we had that won championships were the teams that could pull it together and pull things out on the road. And so far this season, we look a lot better on the road than we did last season on the road. And look, I will say, like, I know some people still don't like JJ Redick as a coach. I really like him as a coach. I think his schemes are really good. I think his X's and O's and watching that we actually run plays now, I think those have been pretty good. He does a good job with our timeouts. He does a really good time with game management and like not just the timeouts, but the challenges. Like I think he does a great job with those things. I would like to see, like I said, I would like to see him shore up our rotations a little more, but like I know he's still figuring it out because people have been hurt, going in and out. I know he's fond of Cam Reddish, and I think Reddish is good in spurts. I just don't think you can do a whole bunch of like time. Like Reddish can't have a whole bunch of time. I think you got to be, strategic with how you use them. And if you use him the right way, I think you're going to get some really good minutes out of him. And like I said, Gabe Vincent, the whole first half of the season is getting better, but the whole first half of the season, we was calling him Captain Cardio because he was having 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, like no assists, no buckets. Like if you don't score, cool, but you're a point guard. At least give me some assists and some rebounds in. But he was having like 2 rebounds and 3 points with 5 misses. Those kind of games you cannot have out of your point guard on a consistent basis and be a championship team. So if we do want to be a championship team, we're going to have to get some more consistency out of him. But, all that being said, I'm going to go back to the biggest need. Our biggest need is a big. Our biggest need is a big and maybe another guard to handle, do ball handling duties, or another guard who can get their own shot, because that always seems to end up being a problem for the Lakers in the offense. Even though AR has been doing a really good job of getting to his spots or getting his own shots, getting some good buckets. He's been doing some, like he got a good floater this season. He's been, really crafty. His handles are better. Like he worked on his handles for sure this summer. His handles are a lot better because he been crossing people up almost every game. So I'm happy to see that. He's been working on his ball handling skills, which is why he's had the ball in his hands so much more this season. Because, like, if you notice, AR has the ball much more than LeBron James when it comes to bringing the ball up the court or initiating the offense. So that's something that I'm happy about and I'm happy to see. And again, those are one of the things, the X's and O's things that I like about one of the X's and O's things I like about JJ Redick and his staff, right? My only complaint, and it's not a big complaint, like I said, because you got a 40-year-old player. My biggest complaint is scheming for LeBron on defense. I feel like we need to do a better job scheming for LeBron on defense. So I'm not going to hold y'all long. I just wanted to get on and do a little quick post-game show. I'm going to try to do more. I know we haven't been on a lot, but I'm gonna get back to it, and we want to do more Worldwide Laker talk shows. If y'all want to hop on with me too, let me know. Hit me on the inbox, and I'll send you an invite so you can hop on and we can talk about it. Because I know everybody loves talking Lakers. Yeah, we're gonna get back to doing our post-game shows. We're gonna get back to doing some pre-game shows. We're gonna do some special shows when the playoffs come and all that. Like, we really about to get back into it with the Worldwide Laker talk. Because, we got to supply the Laker fans with that real. I appreciate everybody who's watching. Make sure you share. Let everybody know that we coming back. And you'll be seeing us more often, especially for the post games. Because I really want to do more post game wrap-ups after the game. So thank y'all for joining Worldwide Laker Talk. Until next time.
It's about what doing it big or going home. I'm focused on my plan, in my mind in the zone. I wanna be one of the greatest that ever made it, one of the best that did it, coming with it. Understand this is all I think about, all I ever wanna do, all I ever worked for. So ain't no giving up, and up to the limit, just to